Hello. Welcome back to the Pinnacle Cup. We've got a hell of a game ahead of you, in which we've got Endpoint taking on the Copenhagen Flames. This is going to be a absolute clash of the Titans, a matchup that we've seen time and time again, and every single time, neither of these sides fail to deliver. It's going to be action-packed. I cannot wait to see the perform here. And honestly, I couldn't ask for a better person to do it with. I'm Newcastle Cremor 3, and I'm joined by the wonderful Jack, or Zerfa. How are you feeling about this one?
I'm really excited, Peter. It's a pleasure to be back on the mic with you. Long time since we
It
got to
has
do
been, hasn't
this.
it?
Yeah, it's been a bit too long, mate. But yeah, really excited to get going. And like as you said, we have bangers of games to start us off. Well, we've got Endpoint on Copenhagen Flames, then we've got Sinners taking on Ago a little bit later. And I mean, I'm just excited for both of them.
Yeah.
Endpoint, Copenhagen Flames. I mean, Copenhagen Flames, they're a different look to the Copenhagen Flames that Endpoint actually eliminated in the last Pinnacle. But I mean, the org names, they're going to be out for blood. They want to, that little bit of revenge, and
Mm.
there'll be no love lost between these two.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, because we've got this matchup, while in the last 2 months it hasn't happened, with different lineups and with almost an organizational kind of head-to-head these guys have faced. Both of them have been trying to scrabble into the top 30 for about 6 months now, when both teams have been able to do it. We've currently got Copenhagen Flames at rank 28, Endpoint at rank 32. This is about as close as we're going to get, and honestly, I have no clue who takes this. The Veto is going to be absolutely everything. It will be the decider here. Of course, looking at our Endpoint lineup, we've got Mighty Max, Thomas, Surreal, Crucial, and Mezzi. That UK pride really coming through, of course, with Rostar. I know you're going to be happy to see that, Jack, as
Oh
the
yeah.
coach. Getting that Irish pride in there, something you rarely see. But Copenhagen Flames as well, aside that, has just been insane recently. We've got Remoy, we've got Zyphon, Hooksy, Jabby, and Nikados. And with Jabby and Zyphon, two very young players who have just been scouted and developed. And honestly, player Zyphon especially, he has come so far in the last year or so. He is in the makings of becoming an absolute superstar. And I'm really looking forward to following the progress of this Copenhagen Flames side.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of settling down. It's been around a month, maybe
Mm.
just a little bit over since they've made the roster changes. And well, the name of the game really for not only Copenhagen Flames but Endpoint as well is consistency. Just
Yeah.
you want to be in that top 30. You just want to get consistent time and time again. You want to be picking up victories. Now, hasn't gone the best of ways for Copenhagen Flames in the last few. I believe they're 1-3 in their last four best of threes. They're looking to change that here today. And yeah, it is just looking at that Copenhagen Flames lineup. You look and you see like how many good players are Denmark going to produce. Like the Danish scene, it's just stacked with talent. Like, can
Yeah.
you like just lend some out to the Irish scene? Can give some so
Give
we
you
can have something
something.
to hang
Yeah.
on to? Like it's absolutely ridiculous, and they just
Mm.
keep coming, which is it's just amazing to see.
Mm. You're absolutely right. And in a second, we'll be able to get into our veto, which is where this game is really going to be decided. I think that for both sides, they have been so closely tied with one another on almost every map. Nuke being taken out, Dust 2 being taken out should be our first two. No surprises there. It's the instant veto of either one. Copenhagen Flames come out with a Vertigo, one of their best maps. Endpoint respond with an Inferno. Now, that's interesting. We'll get to that in a second. We've got Mirage removed, and then we have H removed, leaving Overpass as our decider. Now, that Overpass game is going to be close if it comes to it. Inferno, though, I don't know how I feel about this one, Jack. This is a map which Endpoint have proven they're all right on. I mean, 50% win rate, kind of overall time, it's all right. But Copenhagen Flames, they've shown that they are really bloody good when it comes to Inferno. So I don't really know how Endpoint have got into this.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at it and I'm just kind of like, I give the advantage to Copenhagen Flames in this
Yeah.
one, but Endpoint and Copenhagen Flames, they have such a similar map pool. I'm a little bit
Yeah.
disappointed that we didn't get to see an Ancient, to be honest. Both teams, they've dabbled a
Yeah.
little bit in it. I would have liked to see that a little bit, but I mean, look at that Overpass decider. Both teams are really good on it if we get there. But I'm looking at that Inferno pick at Endpoint and I'm thinking Copenhagen Flames can put up a hell of a fight and maybe even
Mm.
steal that one away. So, Endpoint, they might want to hit the ground run and put up, a decent game on Vertigo, or we might possibly be looking at a 2-0 in this series and
Mm.
revenge gotten by the Danish side.
Is that your prediction? 2-0 for Copenhagen Flames?
Oh, I wouldn't be that confident in it. I think it's going to be a three mapper, in my opinion. And
Yeah.
to be honest, I don't know. I can't choose Overpass. That's going to go maybe even into an OT.
Yep. I'm leading to a 2-1 for Copenhagen Flames. As you mentioned, Inferno, I think it's going to be bloody close, but I think Endpoint just clinch it at the last moment. As for Copenhagen Flames, I think that players like Zypher, players like Nikodos especially, when they both wake up and when they're both firing on all cylinders, Endpoint, they don't really have the firepower to respond to every single member. You know, you've got Mezzi, of course, who's been playing out of his mind recently. You've got firepower and Thomas and Mighty, maybe not Mighty Max, but Crucial particularly.
Yeah.
That's great and all that. That's 3 players who can deliver. But if there are 5 on Copenhagen Flames who are all hitting headshots, and you need to remember, there isn't a player on Copenhagen Flames who you can kind of single out as he's X role, it's all right if he doesn't get as many kills. You know, all of them can pull their weight. Whereas on Endpoint, the man who's usually put on blast a bit is Max, because you could say, well, he's the IGL, he's a supporting player. Usually he will be kind of trailing a little bit behind, say, the likes of Surreal, the likes of Mezzi. But the reality is, he still needs to be able to deliver here if they want a chance of beating Copenhagen Flames. However, that's enough dilly-daddling from us. We're able to get straight into the game now as Endpoint take on Copenhagen Flames.
And here we go. Vertigo map number 1. Kit on Mighty Max. Mezzi with a molly and a flash as well. And Hoochie with 1 set of util. Looks like it is going to be an A play, possibly up short for Copenhagen Flames. But I love this aggression from the CT side already.
Yeah, it's a lot of map control being taken. Thomas, he just joins Crucial, diving down this ladder, ready to just flank these members instantly. Max, because he knows they're coming, he's playing a very passive angle, actually. And he's allowing the Flames to get this control. Right. Thomas, he reveals that he springs the flank, good for 2. When for 30 members, they are already up on side. But the second jab he peeks in, he's going to have to fight, and he has the bomb on his back. If he falls, then Copenhagen Flames are in a lot of trouble, more so than they already are. With Endpoint being able to boast 2 smokes, a molly, a flash, they've got all the utility in the world to go for it. And as Remoy goes aggressive, it's Max to fall, so almost an equalizer. And as they get a bit of map control, they are able to make Endpoint sweat a bit. Messi swings in, he's good for 2. Remoy alone in a 1v3, though. He's good for the first, tries to double down. Here's that util usage being perfect. As the molly finishes the job, it's actually Messi's bullets to get the remaining player. For Endpoint, that'll be the pistol round as they go 1-0 up. And for Copenhagen Flames, the bomb plant means we're going to see a fairly backed force buy here.
Yeah, I mean, the bomb plant is probably best case scenario for Copenhagen Flames in that one, especially, you know, the flank coming in, finding the 2 kills, and also dropping the utility player. So, you know, it was a miracle, really. They got up onto the site. Endpoint weren't really, you know, playing to hold for it. So they get up, they get a bomb plant, Endpoint, they're able to close it out. They'll be happy with the way that went. But, you know, it's no good winning the pistol if you don't win the second round. This one, the most dangerous round in Counter-Strike, I like to call it. And, well, we might see why with the 2 Galils and the AK in the hands of the Copenhagen Flames men.
Nikodos trying to peek over this smoke. He hasn't seen him yet, though. Instead, this is a almost stalemate between these 2 sides as Crucial able to hit that follow-up util should just deter Copenhagen Flames from doing anything too ambitious, at least just yet. And with more smokes being deployed, this is a really nice chance to run down the clock for Endpoint. More nades, this time landing right onto Remoy. And then for Nikodos, he sees the outline, he sees the silhouette of Crucial, but still unable to deliver for the damage, means that for Copenhagen Flames, already hitting a minute left, and with only Hooksy able to boast some utility, this is all going to come down to aim duels. And if Hooksy falls, then say a 5-man save isn't out of the question, especially if they can't find any opening. And Crucial, all playing for timing here. Shot peeks out, sees the first member, missed shot means he can be a bit passive. And for Mezzi, he's kind of taking the man fight. A top site, ready to delete anyone who swings into him. And of course, who pre-aims this? You know, this is a really wide angle for him to hold. And Copenhagen Flames prepare their follow-up. Mezzi, looks like he'll be flashed in here. As that flash goes out, swing wide, good for 1 Remoy to trade. And as Max now lurks in that smoke, he may hope for a bit of tempo here as Zypher goes to the flank. Max reveals himself, good for the first, back into the smoke, able to fade away as Hooksy trades onto Thomas for a 2-on-3 now. Hooksy able to double down. Means that as Mighty Max is flashed out, he's good for a second of the round. Nikodos able to respond on some real though, gives the perfect opening. You need to remember there's only 7 seconds left. Max tries to get away, but it's Nikodos to shut him down. Bear in mind, if Max got away there, they'd won the round on the blessings of time. But Copenhagen Flames, they clinch it with the final bullet.
Yeah, I mean, looking at that, that was just so messy. And Crucial had a lovely flank here. He actually pushed all the way through short, but it was Hooksy, I believe, turned around with the deagle and just took him out of the game, took him out of the round. And you know, if he gets a kill there, that's the game. That's the round over. Endpoint win it. That's 2-0 up. But somehow, some way, Copenhagen Flames, they're able to win it, and you know that's why I like to call it the most dangerous round, because things like that happen. Now Endpoint, they have to go for the force back, they have to go for the reinvestment here. You see Copenhagen Flames' buy is so good, but I love this. We've seen it in the last round, we see it again. Just a very passive play towards A. They just sit at the bottom of the ramp, they don't rush anything, they're going to take their time and they're going to play their own game, which is exactly what you need to do in Vertigo before you make your way towards this A side.
Well, it looks like with Copenhagen Flames having to be forced to run down the clock a little bit, it looks like we may have a bit of a longer game in our hands here with the kind of last second left executions. And while Nikonos gets the entry, he's able to tickle his opponent in response. And for Surreal, that's the trade Endpoint are after. It's jamming to full. Hooksy seen in the process, and Surreal, I love this. He fakes running away, but Hooksy, he's ready for it. Quick kill there. Means that for Endpoint, a man down. They've got to make up for this somehow. Mezzy, he's used around boy, missed shot, only able to scare him, and as he goes for the high ground, he knows this wild Khalil is going to be taking some fights as he swings out. Hooksy, it's unfortunately down to him now to push up and join him, but the nade landing onto Rempoint means the site has already been retaken. Max good for a second there, and as we said, the man who had to deliver, man we kind of put on a bit of blast here, is actually having a really strong game, despite being only 2 rounds in. Zyphon there to trade. Down to Mezzy, he'll be a one-shot both members, and he doesn't even need it. It's a headshot anyway. Zyphon in the 1v2, good for the first, swings out, sees Thomas, not quite able to deliver. And for Thomas, that'll be giving Endpoint their 2-1 lead as the to and fro, the back and forth continues to repeat itself.
And I mean, the to and fro, the force is back. You can see there on your screen. Of course, this is the Pinnacle Cup. And, well, if you want to take advantage of that lovely offer, you can head over to pinnacle.com/welcome. When you use code CUP21, you can bet €10 and you get €10 back, but make sure you're only betting what you can afford, and of course full terms and conditions do also apply. But right now, what is going to be applied is a little bit of CT pressure towards this A ramp, and well, Peter, I really just don't know how long these forces are going to end. Endpoint might be able to close it out here. The flash through the smoke, Crucial is ready and gets the man advantage. Is going to now back away as utility going to be dumped. And Mezzy going to try and farm up a little bit of cash. Will be able to do so. Finds 2. Nico does, able to get a trade, but surely this should be an Endpoint round.
It's a 4-on-2. Zyphon in mid. I think he's spotted by Surreal. He definitely was there, and as he tries to run, he's tickled from all angles. His teammate falls elsewhere. Thomas, he loses the AK. It doesn't fall out on the map, so it's retrievable. In this case, retrievable by Zyphon, who's now going to swing out. However, Surreal, ready for him, is able to pounce with that MP9, delivering Endpoint their third. Now, here's something interesting. We both said that this would be a 3-map series. I don't think either of us actually anticipated Endpoint winning Vertigo, but you need to remember, statistically, Endpoint still play Vertigo. Definitely not to the degree of skill the Flames do, but they still play it, and they're still at roughly the same level. So if we've got Endpoint who are showing up in form here, a 2-0 definitely on the board here.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it should be a Copenhagen Flames map, but Endpoint play it too, you know, it is exactly what you said. See, at this level, both teams are very, very similar. So, you know, it is very hard to differentiate. So, a lot of these games will be really close. Mezzy with the double kill as we see Copenhagen Flames trying to grab. That is lovely from Crucial as he reacts, takes down 3, and only losing 1 man as well. It's going to build up a little bit of CT economy for the Endpoint side. But now, this is what we're waiting for. This is what I want to see. The gun round will get the most, you know, we'll get the best view of what is going to happen throughout this first half of Vertigo anyway. And, well, Endpoint, again, just making light work of those pistols with relatively no hiccups.
Yeah, absolutely right. And briefly on the screen, we saw the odds shot partners at Pinnacle. They're starting to favour Endpoint here as well, which is really interesting. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the kind of follow-up is from the Flames now, who once again are going for ramp control. Rempoint on the forwarded angle, hasn't quite seen Mezzy yet, who's just to the other side of the smoke. He's good for 1, he dinks the second there. Zyphon, he trades, but the damage done to Zyphon now is going to be a real problem for the rest of the Copenhagen Flames. Max, he hides behind sandbags, he reveals himself, himself as he deploys that smoke, and while the other molly is going to try and force him back, he just hides in the smoke. The shots through that smoke doesn't quite kill him as he's still able to stay in cover, and now the rotation of Thomas is there. There's that flash, there's that kill. Now man advantage, not quite too mad as it's evened out by Jabby, but Surreal's there to have a crack at it. Jabby falls, Max for 2, Max for 3, and for Endpoint, that'll be 5 off the back of the spray down from Max. A Sandbags player finally called into action, and the timing got it is just perfect. 5-1 lead, and for Copenhagen Flames, they're really in danger of losing a lot of momentum now.
Yeah, and I mean, that's all on Max. What a round from him. Not only does he get the 3 kills, but he allows time for his teammates to rotate in. He doesn't panic when he gets mollied out. He drops the smoke. Even when the second molly comes in, he just stays behind the sandbags, waits and waits for the support of his teammates. He has such faith in, of course, the rest of his team. And, well, they arrive, offer some wonderful support of util, and he is able to get 3 kills. It puts Copenhagen Flames back on a few upgraded pistols, but still a threat to be considered as Crucial tries to connect on to Remoy's head, but won't be able to do so just yet.
Crucial making out. It's actually Hooksy to be the first to fall there. And Zypher tries to follow up now. Mighty Max, bit of trouble in mid as they both exchange blows, but Thomas loses his head there. Zypher, the young talent, able to deliver, and Jabby, the other young gun, delivers on to Surreal. Now, Mighty Max, instant molly to the side to try and delay this plan. It's kind of a wise play here. Jabby peeks out, so not quite able to follow up with the kill, though. Instead, Max shifting to the other side of the smoke. Now he's got a teammate to accompany him. Mezzy, is he going to be boosted over? It looks like he will be. Goes to the high ground. There's the first, there's the second there. And with damage done to Zypher, this now becomes very recoverable for Endpoint. Copenhagen Flames, they're going to have to rely on some supremacy of Angels here. But Crucial, he's still as quick as ever. Remoy flash as he tries to peek into sight. Tries to spray out, shoot a few shots, but gives his position away in the process. And because of that, so he now just cowers. He waits, able to get that reload. So he just hides in position. And with 20 seconds left, Jack, I think it's over for him.
Yeah, I mean, no utility. There's 3 players here. This is an impossible scenario, especially even if he gets the plant down. Crucial has a molly, but it is going to be a shot from the up to finish him off. 6-1 Endpoint, and we're going to see a Copenhagen Flames timeout already, so maybe feeling the pressure.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they are, because this is actually looking pretty tough for them. Of course, as the Pinnacle banner appears on your screen, take a moment to talk about Pinnacle, because if you head over to pinnacle.com/odds, you can find the latest in-play offerings for Copenhagen Flames versus Endpoint, and a variety of other markets. So at the moment, there's a small promotion being run, where if you put 10 euros on Esports, you then gain 10 euros back. Of course, you need to be a new customer, and sign up with code CUP21. Of course, betting, it has to be done in a fun and safe environment, so only bet what you can afford, and they do have some terms and conditions which apply, but Pinnacle, wonderful people, and it's an amazing promotion, so head over to pinnacle.com/odds.
Yeah, definitely do take advantage of that, as we are now going to see maybe Endpoint, take advantage of the momentum that they've really been gathering, and I don't really know if Copenhagen Flames are going to really have an answer for it. We see early a smoke up towards the ramp. Now, Nikodos won't be able to spot out Mezzy, but Thomas, he gets the entry. It is Yabi to fall, and now Copenhagen Flames, they're really struggling to get the entries here. They're really struggling to find these kills to put Endpoint on the back foot from the get-go, and there's another bit of spam from Mezzy. Copenhagen Flames down to 3 in a really bad position.
Yeah, this is where things get dire. They go into mid, Crucial already ready for them. Shuts down their flank of Zypher, and he really was the Hail Mary this round. Unless Remoy can, by some miracle, just man-fight A and win it. We've already got Mezzy boosted up, and what I love, actually, is they don't leave this boost. They hold it. They don't care the fact they've revealed it to secure a 7th. It feels like overkill to use a boost for that, but the reality is, it's confidence. And winning a round like that, not even a single point of damage done to Endpoint there. As they go 7-1 up, we need to take a moment to look at the superstar, that being Mezzy. 14-5. He's having a great game, and Jack, look at those odds for our partners at Pinnacle. They are now really starting to favour Endpoint here.
Yeah, and I mean, look at that. Thomas just looking ready. I mean, he's looking cool, calm, and collected as well. And, I mean, why not? 7-1 up against Copenhagen Flames. I don't know if they expected it to be this scoreline. Maybe they did. Maybe this is something that, they were prepared for. They knew Copenhagen Flames would probably pick a Vertigo, of course, with Endpoint's permaban being nuke. And, well, Now we're going to see a ramp play here early on. A little bit of util damage. Crucial needs to be careful. Finds the first kill. Drops him all. He needs to back away here. Messi will help out. And I mean, this is just a good round from Endpoint. Shutting down the pistols really, really quick. Messi with 3. Crucial with 2. Endpoint with 8.
Another phenomenal round, and we look at the money, it's starting to seriously swell on Messi and Crucial. The fact that we've seen another round where they keep every single member alive is starting to seriously detriment Copenhagen Flames. We see for Endpoint, there's, for Crucial, he's only died twice. Yeah, Mighty Max has only died 3 times, and this isn't due to a lack of contact. These players, they're the A players. They fight every single round, and they're just not dying. Jack, this is starting to look really, really scary for the Flames, and while it's recoverable, they need a change, and they need it now. With Nikodos, he now has to try and trade his teammate, as the nade hits him down to 1 HP. Thomas, also on 1 HP in this endeavor, so with low HP on the Endpoint players, it's very easily tradable. For Remoy, that kill, absolutely perfect. 4 on 4, we get ready for the follow-up of Copenhagen Flames as they congregate to ramp and they prepare their assault.
Yeah, and this is kind of the first round that we've seen in a while. The Copenhagen Flames, they've gone down a man, but they're able to get the man advantage back. Now the round kind of stabilizes a little bit, and they're looking for something more, and that's a huge kill onto Messi. His reign of terror on A will be stopped, at least for this round, and now Thomas and Surreal not looking very healthy. A combined total of 17 HP. This is going to be difficult, but look at this. We are going to see Copenhagen Flames double back. They're not going towards A at all. They're going to head towards B. And Endpoint, well, they're expecting this A play, so they'll have to get their runners on and get over onto that B bomb site if they even want to go for the retake. The money is pretty superb. Crucial, though, needs to catch one on the cross.
It does, and well, there's that cross. Oh, that's quick, Jack. And as Surreal now actually goes aggressive, he hears that plant. Can he cancel it? So far, he can't risk it because he knows there could be another player on the other side of the smoke. And instead, the volley is what finishes off Nikodos. Remoy goes through, no-scoped by Surreal, leaving it all onto Zyphon now in a 1 versus 3. He sits on the low ground on these stairs. He knows that they're coming. That first flash goes off. He deploys a volley of his own onto that bomb, and it'll work for now as Thomas falls. He doubles down onto Crucial. Now in the 1v1, it's so messy as Surreal tries to pressure him. But Surreal, realizing that he has to go straight back to the bomb now, means that for Zyphon, he can just go for the follow-up. That bomb is being stuck by Crucial, or by Surreal, sorry, but it does not matter for Zyphon. The 1v3's delivered, and that was clean.
What a round from Zyphon. Here's a man that you highlighted in the pre-game. It's amazing to see how much this guy has improved, and when his team really needed him most. You looked at this, they've a huge advantage. They're one man, they have the sight to catch the cross, but look at that lovely 2K there. And even the fall away, he knows that Crucial is probably going to push him, and well, he just gets away. 8-2, is this a way back for Copenhagen Flames?
It could be, but remember, with a timeout, we take a moment to talk about Trustly, who's our other partner in this tournament. Of course, Trustly, essentially, it's a quick way to make payments. Of course, you don't need a card, no app download, no registration. It is insanely easy to use. So, in fact, you can probably try making payments with Trustly at pinnacle.com/odds, where you'll have the in-play offerings for Endpoint Copenhagen Flames. So, go give it a try with Trustly. Remember that when you do bet on sports, it should be fun, so only play with what you can afford. And to keep safe, there is full terms and conditions that will apply.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not fun, what's the point, So,
exactly.
Yeah, you have to keep it, lighthearted. And, well, if you're able to do so, then fair play. But right now, it's not very fun for Copenhagen Flames, as they are in a dangerous position, but it's a good kill there from Remoy. Crucial will fall. And now we are going to see Messi just sitting behind the sandbags. Max is on site. And now another player, Thomas, has rotated on over. Messi giving away his position, of course, being mollied out. Remoy is a danger here. Even with a Galil, he poses such a threat. And he might just peek out and catch Max off. And indeed he does. His second in the round. Looking for a turn. That's absolutely huge. Nico takes down Messi. It's all left on Surreal. But I think this is a save from the Endpoint player.
I'll tell you what, Jack, I think Copenhagen Flames have just put their foot down and gone, right, enough's enough, we need to start delivering, and, well, deliver they have. Every single member there, especially Remoy, who had a huge round, and really showed Endpoint what for on that A attack. You need to remember, though, statistically, each side does have a favourment, and for both sides here, by a good 20%, they favour their T side. So for Endpoint, I would consider an 8-7 half a victory.
Yeah, I mean, there's always the argument for, is the map T-sided, is the map CT-sided? Chat always love bringing it up, and well, I would have to argue that this one is a little bit heavily, well, not heavily, but a little bit more favouring the T side. Because you can just build up that momentum, and that's what Endpoint really need to be wary of.
Yeah.
Copenhagen Flames, now 2 rounds in a row for them. They'll be looking for a third. The money won't be too great on Max, and Thomas Surreal needs to really try and stay alive here, or he'll have literally nothing to work with. And, well, he's already been put under pressure. And Gucci coming over, that's a lovely kill, but Yabi will take him down. And well, that's no op saved. Looking at the money, Mezzi and Crucial, they're looking fine, but I mean, Surreal, he really needed to stay up there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And for this side, let's see what can be done on their defense once more, as you need to remember that while they had a massive economy, that's been pummeled these last 3 rounds. And because of that, even on the round that Endpoint won, actually, it's still being pummeled. So for now, we see a buy, but I say buy with hesitation because Thomas, he doesn't have any util, and there's nothing left in the bank.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a very difficult scenario for Endpoint if they do lose this round. And it's just the CT side, the CT economy. It's just awful. It punishes you so much. If you lose 1 or 2 rounds, you really need to be keeping, 3-4 players alive, even 5 if you can. Well, Surreal, double naded, you're out of the round. I mean, that's absolutely superb utility usage from Copenhagen Flames. Now they have the advantage, looking to double up. Thomas gets 1, does the damage, but Max now has to hold strong.
Well, as he's pressured down, Jabby tries to swarm him, and well, the pre-fire works beautifully. Max falls, and in a 2-on-4, Endpoint saving here ain't out the question. An AWP is a sort of weapon that can single-handedly win a round, so I would love to see him just back off, cling to it, and see what the Flames do against him in what would be our round after, and it looks like that's exactly the call. Crucial and Mezzi, they both get the hell out of dodge. They allow Copenhagen Flames to make it 4, and as the Danish side start mounting a bit of a recovery, let's see if they can be stopped.
Yeah, it's the momentum that Copenhagen Flames are now building up, and I mean, the lovely entry that they found with the double nade. I'm a sucker for utility usage, and well, Messi nearly caught out here. That's a lovely double. That's huge. Takes away the rifles, does a little bit of damage to the T economy where he can. Of course, it's not gonna matter too much in this round, but if they manage to win maybe the next 2, then Copenhagen Flames might pay the price. The rebuy is always good. You want the T's to be spending their money, not building bank to get over 10k, because then it just makes it impossibly hard to come back. But I mean, can we just talk about how good Mezzi has been? 19-7 right now. He's dominating.
Yeah, he's having a wonderful game, isn't he? And if he can repeat it, then I don't see Endpoint losing this. But it needs to be repeated, and that is the absolute kind of necessity here. As Crucial, with his USB, tries to bait them into the remaining and awaiting members. We haven't seen a kill yet, though, was the time being. Nikados playing that molly to keep him back, and Endpoint is Mezzi now. Once again, able to deliver. The man you just highlighted, he hits 20 kills in just 13 rounds here. And it looks like he's hungry for more. We're going to see some aggression now. There's that flash to deploy. There's the swing. Nika does. He's the first casualty. Remoy's seen as well. Messi can't quite finish the job, but he sets Thomas up perfectly, putting it into a 3-on-2. And for Crucial, his favourite angle is not quite able to deliver there. Zyphon, a laser-like shot to bring the equaliser. And bearing in mind the buy of Endpoint, the players with weapons died so far forward that there's no way for them to really recover. And because of that, it needs to be pistols to stop this attack. Surreal boosted up. It's got the kind of change in altitude with the Mighty Max, meaning the second anyone does swing into them, they are going to have a hard time killing them both. But the question being, will anyone swing into them, is another matter, because Zyphon, he's coming up from side. Max hides center sight, though, to try and cancel the plant, but with Zyphon holding for it, once these numbers get punched in, here's that aggression. Zyphon for the first. Surreal in a 1v1. Or 1v2, actually, and through the smoke with no kill. He instead is going to have to find a way to tap that bomb and just kill them as they swing to him, but with no one doing so, there's Jabby to get the kill, and Copenhagen Flames to get 5.
Yeah, that's just so unlucky from Crucial. Messi had a wonderful round there, you know, getting the 2 kills, setting up Thomas for the third. But Crucial, he was just moving with the op. He was just moving a little bit, not expecting the swing. He goes down, and then, you know, it's only the pistols. It becomes a difficult scenario for Mighty Max and Surreal. Now,
Yeah.
Copenhagen Flames, they get their 4th round in a row. The money is good for them, and well, we are going to see a buy at least for Endpoint. Of course, that was pretty much a save bar the 2 saved rifles, and at least Crucial does have an AWP to work with, but he's going to have a little bit more impact in order to try and stop these Copenhagen Flames.
That use up, it goes off, it leaves the Copenhagen Flames being pummeled a fair bit actually, with Nikodos left on 30 HP. But with no follow-up yet, instead it's Crucial sitting in mid, scopes in on the angle. Zyphon about to swing into him, and as Surreal shuts down Nikodos, Crucial's there able to follow up now. Surreal peeking in, Hooksy, he falls. Goes into now a absolute collapse for Copenhagen Flames actually, and with Mighty Max finishing the job. Endpoint, where was that a couple of rounds ago, as they now just wipe the Flames, and with a 9-5 lead, they're able to solidify their position going into the final round of this half.
Yeah, and you know, Peter, you were saying that you were happy enough. You'd say Endpoint would be happy enough with the 8 rounds. How about 9? And you know how easy that one looked. You know, they are able to find all the kills, and it was nearly, you know, you blink and you miss it. That round was almost over before it even started. And well, now we see Copenhagen Flames. Hoochie actually is gonna be just on a deagle, so that's a bit of a problem in itself. It is going to have to be the rest of Copenhagen Flames to do the heavy lifting, but already Messi just being a nuisance, just spamming Roger down. And well, now we are still in a 5v5, but Messi really needs to be careful, as Copenhagen Flames are going to pop through the smoke anytime soon.
Zyphon takes a bit of damage from that nade, and it allows him to just take that engagement with Messi, who, reloading, they didn't expect the swing from the young Dane. And for Mighty Max, hiding atop these crates now is going to see if he can take this engagement. We've got the flank from Crucial, though, with the sword. That's going to be entertaining to see if he can start delivering. For Max, though, he sees that nade off of the high ground. He's actually flashed through this and looks at every single member. Hooksy falls, though, but Remoy, that deagle kill, couldn't have come at a better time. Through the smoke, there's no follow-up yet, though, and as Crucial starts to ebb his way ahead, his AWP now needs to get a killing quickly. Zyphon falls to Thomas now. Crucial just shoulder peeking, almost daring one of the members to take a fight with him. Does he see Jabby as he pushes up? And no, he doesn't. I think he hears the util deployed, and he has a general idea of where Nikodos is. But he may not even be required. Nikodos shows himself. Surreal for the final. And like that, Crucial just takes the fight with the P250. Endpoint, that'll be 10-5. And for Copenhagen Flames, a lackluster T-side. It had a kind of moment of glamour in the middle before it was just destroyed.
Yeah, and I mean, look at the odds now. You know, Endpoint, they are definitely heavy favourites here. And, you know, I would consider them that as 10-5. That's a really good CT side from them. They need to keep going. And it was a really good recovery, because it kind of looked like Endpoint were kind of stagnating a little bit. It looked like, you know, Copenhagen Flames were coming back towards the later stages. But all of a sudden, Endpoint, they are able to pull, you know, 10 rounds. And I mean, that's absolutely superb for them. They only are 6 away, and going over onto their favourite T side, you'd have to give them the advantage here.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And for this pistol round, it is the make or break for this game. If we see Endpoint go 11-5 up, then it's going to be over for Copenhagen Flames. I think they just stop from there. However, if the Flames hit this pistol round, we've got a close game in our hands. And for Zyphon, that opening's perfect. Messi, he trades. Zyphon continues. Zyphon, not even wanting to really fall back for the time being, he continues to take these engagements. And considering Messi's already on low HP, it's down to Surreal to really do the legwork for Endpoint here. Considering Mighty Max and Messi without armor are really here to just throw some utility and get them onto the site. For Hooksy, with a smoking kit, a retake very likely, and with the bomb falling, now Messi has to deliver as they swing into him. He's seen from all angles, swarmed by Remoy, and for Surreal in a 1v4. Good for the first. Peeks out to sandbags. He knows there's a second there, and he gets ready to be swung from multiple altitudes, but Hooksy just finishes the job. Copenhagen Flames with the pistol round, look to make this as one-sided or as equal as possible. As for now, what can be done by Endpoint?
Yeah, in that round, just Crucial was just not ready for that position from Zyphon. He gets the double as well. Of course, Remo was offering some support with him there. And, well, that's the perfect start. But we do need to see a second round here from Copenhagen Flames. They need to not fall to these pistols, of course. Copenhagen Flames, they won the Force in the previous. And, well, now we are going to see Endpoint pretty much do the exact same thing. They're just going to sit and hold at the bottom of the ramp, not get too aggressive. They have a lot of util to work with, so they're going to just take their time, play their game. Copenhagen Flames need to be just a little bit worried and just need to be ready for this.
Let's see what can be done for this side. And that's Hooksy. Peeks into them. Can't quite follow up just yet, though, and instead, Remoy through the smoke, doing damage where he can. No follow-up. Endpoint, these pistols, just trying to cover the gap between them and the rifles so they can do some damage. And Remoy, I mean, he's tickled a little bit, but it's nowhere near the damage that's kind of been incoming for Endpoint. Their position in ramp, poised for an execution. It's that kill from Thomas, while clean is their opening. They now go for full ramp control, being as quiet as humanly possible while they do so, meaning that they are going to potentially catch the Flames off guard here. Suxi on the close angle. Thomas are waiting to be flashed in here. As they peek out, there's Nikodos for the first. Thomas to trade. Hooksy and Crucial exchanging blows. Leaving us into the 3-on-2. Zyphon there to trade, but Messi comes in with a wonderful 1D. Jabby, he's on the wrong bomb site. He's got a long jog to go before he can join his teammates on this defense. Luckily, with the bomb down in ramp, there's a chance for them to recover. That smoke goes down to assist them, though. And as Messi holds from side, Jabby, he doesn't really have a way to cancel the plant, but he certainly has a way to spring a retake. It's Crucial. Oh, he digs down Jabby. Low HP on the remaining player now. Means Messi can go for the plant. And for Crucial, able to get the reload in time. Jabby, can he get to the site? He's able to. Can he kill them, though? Sees Crucial jumps up. Caught out by Messi. And for Endpoint, that'll be 11. And what is a 4-spy versus 4-spy back and forth we saw once again. Here's something you might not know about Zyphon, though, Jack. You ready for some cool info?
Yeah, blow my mind.
So, Zyphon, he's... I know the guy who bought it, like, scattered him and bought him up. And he used to have a massive problem with attitude, right? And in, like, 6 months, he's now just quenched that. And he is just a beast. Like, I know that we know quite a few UK players, right? And it's just insane to see that much of a trade. You think to quench an entire attitude in just 6 months?
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
it takes players years to do that.
Yeah, like, I mean, I can think of at least 10, like, off the top of my head just now. Yeah. When you said, attitude problems, I just think about so many different people. It's absolutely amazing. But, it's just having the right people around you in that kind of scenario to try and get rid of that attitude. And I mean, it's obviously working. You're in a team that's in the top 30. You are one of the best performers in this lineup, and to be honest, if he keeps on this upward trajectory, I mean, the sky really is the limit for this guy.
Sure. And for Copenhagen Flames, the aggression comes in once again. Bit of damage done to them as they go for a bit of aggressment in ramp, but the boosted Thomas is able to inflict a fair bit of damage. Nikki Doss, the only man really playing for info now from side, and as that flash goes off, Thomas looking to keep him back at an arm's length. Mighty Max crosses. He's seen, though, and for Nikodos, there's the first traded instantly, though, and with that, it's an opening that they're going to be pretty happy with over at Endpoint. A man advantage, damage onto the remainder, make that 2-man advantage, knowing there's a player in heaven. The bomb will go down anyway. Zyphon, that's a clean kill, though. As he goes to the high ground, it's now Jabby on the flank who delivers, and things starting to look a bit scary for Endpoint. Mighty Max, it's a clean kill, though. Jabby in the 1v2, a very winnable 1v2. Surreal's already on low HP, and he may be able to retrieve the Mac 10 to wield against his opposition here. But for Endpoint, it's as disciplined as ever, not even risking peeking into them. Instead, Jabby, who crosses, taps that bomb once, only to be killed by Surreal. That's 12 for Endpoint for Copenhagen Flames. It's straight back to the drawing board.
Yeah, in that 2v2, I was a little bit nervous there, seeing Surreal just kind of peek up. I thought he was going to get headshot there, but look at that, Endpoint, the odds favouring them. Now, of course, it's getting worse and worse for Copenhagen Flames. They're kind of running out of time here on this map, on their map pick as well. And I mean, look at that economy for Copenhagen Flames. Now they have nothing to work with. And let's not forget, they won the pistol. They won the pistol, and they just can't win that second round. It's eluded the teams in this game. And, well, now we're going to see what looks to be an A stack with the USPs. It's really just kind of a Hail Mary play, if you will. And Max with this Mac 10, he is going to try and gobble up as much cash as he can.
He has to really be the one to deliver here. And as Copenhagen Flames, it's a bit of a bonus round, 2 or 3 kills, best case scenario for them. Maybe if saving a weapon would be great. But as they reveal themselves, they swing into what could be their deaths here. As there you go, 2 kills. It's not bad for an eco. I'd be pretty happy with that if I was Copenhagen Flames. Bear in mind, you've dinked down Mighty Max as well. And 13-6, it's a tough spot, but at least you have a buy now. Of course, as the Pinnacle banner appears on your screen, remember, if you bet €10, you can gain €10 when you sign up using Cup 21. A highlight, though, that has to be betting on esports. It can't be on any random stuff. It has to be on esports. But pinnacle.com/odds, you'll be able to see the odds on this game. And you can go give it all the love it deserves. So, for Endpoint and for Copenhagen Flames, let's see what can be done here. And let's see what happens to those odds over the next couple of rounds. Of course, only have a bet in a fun and safe environment, though, as full terms and conditions will apply.
Yeah, we are going to see now. Copenhagen Flames, they have to take control of these rounds. And while Thomas already going down, that's a step in the right direction. We see Yabi pick up the kill. Surreal in no position even to get a trade or anything like that. A little bit of a fight, a struggle for power, a struggle for control over towards the A ramp. But it is going to be Surreal just doing his best fake here over towards B, trying to maybe catch Copenhagen Flames lacking, but they won't be able to. But look at this flank here from Nico does. He is in behind. Surreal is going to have absolutely no idea. There's a 2-man advantage gain. Copenhagen Flames now are going to get that information. They're going to clear out the B stairs. And, well, Nico does. I don't know if he's going to be ready for Max, though.
I think he is. It looks like he's expecting it. Max is going to swing straight into him. As they do so, it's a quick trade. So, only a 1-man advantage and a recoverable circumstance for Endpoint. Bear in mind that Copenhagen Flames aren't even present on this B site. No, they rotate in the nick of time. As Jabby goes for the close angle. Awaits this engagement.
Oh, the flank.
Yeah, this flank is going to be huge. Coming round from the back, though, there's Crucial for the first now, showing the presence in mid. Peeks out, he knows that there'll be the close CT waiting. The kill's there, goes to a 4-on-3. Mezzi able to trade, 2-on-2, I apologise there, as Roed. He's able to trade, he's able to double down as well. And for Copenhagen Flames, that is a well-recovered 7th, and it couldn't have come in the nick of time.
Yeah, I thought that flank there from Crucial was going to be unbelievable. He only gets 1 in the end. It kind of causes a little bit of panic in the Copenhagen Flames camp, but they're able to recover it, they're able to win it, and that was it. That was the much needed round. It was a must win. They get it 13-7. They at least stop Endpoint in that round from getting to 14, but they need to win this next one. The AKs are out. Mezzi only on a Deagle, which could be a little bit of a difficult one for him, but a player of that skill, a player for that caliber, and what he's already shown, I mean, I still wouldn't bet against him.
Me neither. And as Thomas speaks out in mid, Jambi, that's an engagement that Thomas should be winning every day of the week. The fact he's lost that is going to be a bit of a kick to the teeth. But Surreal, there to trade means that there's still recoverable areas for either side, actually. Endpoint, they're the ones who now have the HP advantage, and well, make that a mad advantage as Mighty Max is able to trade. But the M4 is only good for 1 as Mighty Max, the IGL of Endpoint, is able to double down. 3-on-2 now, and for Copenhagen Flames, what can be done for Nikodos, who sees Surreal coming, peeks out, can't quite get the kill though, and instead deploys that molly so he can focus his attention and his firepower to the players on ramp. He'll have Jabby to assist him, and as they come for this engagement, Jabby and Mezzi exchange blows, leaving all down to Nikodos in the 1 versus 2. We have this peek from the flank though, retrieving a FAMAS, and Endpoint, maybe not expecting this, but they don't have to worry about it. They rotate straight into mid, but look at this read by Nikodos. He knows full well where they're going, and as he makes noise in this rotation, Surreal ready for him, instantly shuts him down, and for Endpoint, that'll be 14.
I just love that position from Surreal there. Gets up, and there is absolutely, it's one of those angles that you're just never gonna check ever. And well, it gets the kill now. Endpoint, as you can see there, the Pinnacle odds popping up on your screen. They are heavy favorites, and rightly so. I mean, they've absolutely dominated this game. You see there, 14-7, a 7-round lead. Looking at this is really the last chance for Copenhagen Flames. They go for a force buy. They have 4 Deagles. They have an MP9, very limited on utility, but I mean, surely this should be an Endpoint round unless we see some amazing heroics from these lesser weapons. Crucial needs to be careful. Yabi has found 1 at least, but it will be traded back as Roger is going to begin to push down. Crucial needs to be just a little bit aware that could be a possibility.
For sure, Roach caught out by Crucial as he doubles down. It's all down to Zypher now, and in a 1v4, what could he really do here, Jack? I mean, saving the Quelled AK at Thomas might help, I guess, but it's not a pretty sight for Copenhagen Flames. Bear in mind, this is their map pick, and all things considered, if we look at form as well over the last couple of games, Endpoint, they've been struggling, with losses against Saw, Fiend, Go. Copenhagen Flames on the flip side have actually beat Fiend recently as well, so you would expect them to be categorically in the lead when it comes to Vertigo, the most one-sided pick of this veto, but I guess not. Endpoint, they're here with a vengeance.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of just the consistency that both of these teams are kind of struggling for, just not only on this map, but like in best of threes in general. And, well, Endpoint now getting on to 15. Copenhagen Flames, I'd be a little bit worried. Now, we did say that the Veto did favour Copenhagen Flames a little bit. Looking at that Inferno pick, because these teams have such a similar map pool, Copenhagen Flames are not down and out just yet. I fully expect Endpoint to close this one out in this round. Maybe, if not this round, in the next few. It's not a matter of, if Endpoint win, it's just, when they win. But going over onto Inferno, I think Copenhagen Flames, they really just need to, put Vertigo out of their heads. Okay, it didn't go our way. Let's just try and beat them at their own game, on their own map pick, and possibly send an overpass, which, I mean, if we go to there, it will be absolutely amazing. I think that one will be a chaotic one to watch.
Yeah, absolutely right. And while we get ready for the follow-up, let's see what this side can do now. As for Copenhagen Flames at do or die, at the close angle, it's only a couple of deals to try and deliver here. Hooksy, he's got Surreal to worry, or Crucial to worry about actually on the other side of the smoke. Mezzi boosted up in mid. It's Crucial to find first blood and ramp though. Roish to trade. Nikodos low HP in the process though in the exchange in mid as the Famasses reveal themselves on ramp. Surreal, he's taken down. Mighty Max holds for further aggression, and with a man advantage, Copenhagen Flames, they're in a strong spot, but if they can't retrieve the rifles, they're just as easily quelled as they got the man advantage. For Thomas, holding the flank, for Mighty Max and Mezzi, they might even try and go through the smoke to take the engagement with Zyphon, who, with an AK, is looking pretty damn deadly. Zyphon awaits this engagement, hiding on the wide angle. Here comes that swing, and for Thomas, can he deliver onto Zyphon, who is having a pretty good game of his own now. He's hit down by the nade. He peeks out though. Mighty Max, it's messy, but he falls anyway. Mezzi to trade. 3-on-2, and with a low HP of Nikodos, this is a very winnable circumstance for the Endpoint players. Thomas with the high ground in the smoke, spams a bit, trying to find Nikodos. Nikodos going for a bit of a lurk play, actually, and as Javi's flashed off the angle, Mezzi, he falls. Thomas in the 1v3. He's good for 1 through the smoke. Damage done to him, though, means he has to try and follow up onto Nikodos. And as he does so, he's got the AK on the flank to worry about as well. Roej, he finishes the job in the 1v1. Copenhagen Flames, they make it 8. And my God, Jack, this is about as close as rounds get.
Yeah, it really is, and as you can see there popping up on your screen, Pinnacle, you bet €10 on Esports. Of course, you can get €10 back when you use code CUP21, but we are going to recommend, of course, you do so in a safe environment and only bet what you can afford to lose. But right now, Copenhagen Flames, they can't afford to lose, not a single round, and backs against the wall. They need 7 more rounds to force an OT. They need perfect counter-strike, and look at this switch up a pace here from Endpoint. They try and get up the ramp. The aggression here from Hooksy finds a lovely double. Mezzi will trade one back, but the bomb is lost. They will have to go on a rescue mission to try and recover it. U2 will have to be expended. Crucial needs to be careful, looking for the kill onto Roje, but actually will find Nico does instead. Now gets the kill onto Roje. Mezzi holding for the flank here. Yabi. He will take him down. It's all left onto Xiphon, and what a round from Endpoint.
What a recovery in a round where it looked like they had no equity whatsoever. It's left all on Xiphon now with a 1 versus 3, and as he peeks out from side, Crucial able to send him to a very, very swift death. What on earth was that by Endpoint there? Just all of a sudden, all of them swoop in, all of them getting kills, and they send Copenhagen Flames to a loss on their map pick, the first map of this series, and what a way to do so. We're going to go to a quick 5-10 minute break. When we return, we're going to be seeing if Endpoint can continue this momentum over on Inferno. Hello, 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 welcome back as we have Copenhagen Flames versus Endpoint. Endpoint having one Vertigo and now taking us to their map pick of Inferno. Going straight into the pistol round though, Endpoint taking no prisoners with a very quick execution to this A site. Smokes go flying, we've got Copenhagen Flames on the flip side with the smoke, nade and flash in the defense. The players hiding, it's going to be Hooksy to draw first blood though, so real to full. That nade lands right onto the remaining players who go to Archway. A wonderful nade at that actually. Hooksy though, good for a second as Thomas swings into him, he's taken down. Now Crucial to trade though, puts it into a 4-on-3. And for Endpoint, it's up in the air as to which site they choose to go to, and in this case it looks like it will be a hit onto B, but Mezzi, seen in the process, Crucial the first to fall to Nikados there, meaning that for Xiphon, it's a quick flank, all onto Mighty Max, 1v4, and a bit of a messy play there from Endpoint, as the guy was running to Copenhagen Flames. Of course, I'm Castle Chroma 3, I'm joined by the wonderful Jack Kelly, or in this case, Zerfa. How are you feeling about this one, Jack?
Well, after seeing that pistol and how dominant it was, I'm kind of leaning towards Copenhagen Flames. I know it's still, the pistol round, it's completely random, it doesn't really matter too much. And well, I mean, just looking at Hooksy, the way that he played that, I mean, it was actually superb. Endpoint, I'm not too sure what the play was, but it definitely got thrown up in the air when Hooksy got the 2 kills, deployed the smoke, delayed, and well, it was just relatively simple for the Danish after that. Now, the force back from Endpoint, they have the Deagles. Copenhagen players need to be careful. Endpoint have punished them in the past on Vertigo, but it's a lovely kill to start us off from Roje. Surreal will fall, he'll back away, and a lot of map control gained here by Copenhagen Flames.
You're absolutely right. And for Copenhagen Flames, not only with a man advantage, but more importantly, having taken one of the main util players out of circulation as well, means that for Endpoints, they're having to go into a site with just 2 smokes and a flash. It's not much at all. And with the peek into Banana, Xiphon, he sees him coming, he just gets the hell out of there. And as he shoulder peeks on the angle, Mighty Max swings in. Damage done, a lot of damage done at that, and with the kill, we might have a retake on our hands from Copenhagen Flames through the smoke. Hooksy, not a single point of damage done, and as he tries to stop the take, unfortunately, it's all fruitless efforts. As this endeavour, he's able to shut down Mezzi, but as the remainder swing on him, they try to at least punish him for getting that kill and for drawing blood in this retake. As the remaining members of Copenhagen Flames stack up, there's the swing. Thomas for 1, Thomas for 2 at that, and once again, it looks dicey for Copenhagen Flames. Nika does, able to swing out and get the kill, which makes it look fairly recoverable for now. And as the Banana player chimes in, Jabby leaving it all onto Mighty Max in the 1 versus 2. He's seen by the first player. He has to hope for timing, and as he's good for the first now, he's ready to swing out. Nika does, falls, and for Endpoint, that'll be a 1-1 equaliser as they now rely on Mighty Max. The IGL called into action. And, well, Jack, look at the All-Star partners at Pinnacle. This is looking surprisingly one-sided.
Yeah, I mean, Oh, again, is that going to happen again? We've seen it on Vertigo as well. After the first round, Copenhagen Flames won at Endpoint, force back and win. And I mean, Mighty Max, the big brain, not only getting the entry towards Banana in the 1v2, clutching it out. You thought that, you know, there was no way that he was going to win that. He was spotted. They knew exactly where he was, but somehow swings with a lovely running headshot with that FAMAS and then able to take down the third player as well. So 1-1, we're all tied up. A force back from Copenhagen Flames, but Endpoint, they're going into a stacked bomb site here.
As Thomas leads discharges, he could also draw first blood. Mezzi to trade with the Mac 10, getting a bit of cash for it as well. As he goes for the flank down into Ruins, Hooksy, who was good for one, is then traded himself. Zyphon reveals himself as he drops down to Pillar, but Surreal, his Mac 10, is able to help deliver as well. For the remaining members of Roy and Jabby, moving into this retake, and on the topic of Roy, we do apologise for our butchery of his name in the first map. It's Roy, not Remoy, not Roej, Roy. We've had that confirmed to us. I do apologise, though, for our kind of brutal anglicisation of his name in the first map. As Jabby, joined by Roy with this attack 2B. There's the swing. It's both players to deliver. Low HP on either, though, means that Surreal's Mac 10 is looking scary, but for Roy, that swing is just perfect. So for Copenhagen Flames, it's their turn to take a round off Endpoint. With a bomb plant, though, means the English side are going to be able... Oh, it's bloody close, but he's just able to get it. But with a bomb plant Endpoint, they're going to be able to invest as well. Of course, as the Trusty banner appears on your screen, take a moment to talk about Trusty, because don't let your betting or playing experience be disputed by slow payments. Of course, you can use Trusty to make quick payments from account to account. With no cards, no app download or registration, it is really easy to use. In fact, you can use it now if you go to pinnacle.com/odds, where you can find the latest in-play offerings for Copenhagen Flames versus Endpoint. Remember that sports should be fun, so only play with what you can afford, and to keep safe, our full terms and conditions do apply. But Trusty, have you used Trusty before, Jack?
I have not. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't, but definitely the way that you make it sound,
I have. It's disgustingly easy. I'm amazed no one's done it before, actually, with how easy it is.
I'm gonna have to check it out after this game.
I personally recommend it to you, even regardless of if they're partnered with us or not. I recommend them to you.
Well, I mean, I'll take your word. You know, you are a man of your word, to be fair.
I am.
And, you know, a very trustworthy person. So, very trustly person, if you will. But, you know, there we go. That's the first one. But, oh, look at this. Surreal getting aggressive here. And Thomas taking down Nikolas. Oh, surely we're not going to see a force and a win. Mighty Max dropping Roy. And it's all left onto Hooks. He finds a double. But, I mean, the damage is already done. Mezzi and Crucial into a 2v1. Yabi on the B bomb site has to rotate in. Endpoint, they force back, and it looks like they're going to win again.
Unless Yabi can deliver some heroics here. With an MP9 at range, though, I mean, he can upgrade to an M4. I guess that helps, but no, he wants the element of surprise. No, he's changed his mind. Back to the M4, back to the fight, and for Crucial, he'll swing the second. Mezzi starts shooting, so with actually a very strong setup here from Endpoint, I think for Jabby, saving really isn't too bad a shout here. That flash goes off, but it doesn't matter. Crucial finishes the job, and for Endpoint, there's an equalizer at 2-2. And for Copenhagen Flames, maybe another force buy, maybe an eco. That's another force buy. We've got the back and forth here, and it's going to continue until someone wins, Jack.
Yeah, and that's a team ace coming out there from Endpoint. Everybody pulling their weight. And I thought Hooksy was going to do a little bit of enough, but Mezzi able to get the trade. That's a little bit of damage done to the Endpoint side. But again, Copenhagen Flames just losing a round that they just they should not. It's just, it shouldn't be happening. But it's happened time and time again. I think we've seen it, 4 times now in this series already. And I mean, we could see it possibly another time with these pistols brought out from Copenhagen Flames. We see an app set up here from Roy and Yabi as Endpoint. They're not going for any real banana presence. They're just leaving, I believe it is Mezzi, just to spam up, just to fake it out a little bit. But, you know, Endpoint, they still have a lot of time to work with. Not a lot of information really for the Flames side. And it looks like Endpoint are going to make their way towards A.
So get ready for this follow-up. There's a swing from Mighty Max, just trying to get control in long for the time being, and as they do so, there's Hooksy, caught out by Mighty Max in mid-air there. He's able to follow up, and for Surreal, That kill onto Roy comes at a perfect timing. It should have vigor them to collapse onto this site, and as they do so, with Jabby being the lone defender, this Deagle needs to be on fire, and well, that certainly isn't. He's good for one. Caught out instantly, though, when Vertigo does in Xiphon, they've got no choice but to just get the hell out of there and save those weapons.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you bring the armor and the pistols forward. Well, it's something, but it's not going to be great. Endpoint will eventually stop this, you know, the force trades from happening, and they will take the lead. And now I'm just trying to think about, you know, what kind of a score the Copenhagen Flames will be happy with on the CT side. You know, we're looking at this. It's probably going to be Endpoint's round in the next as well. So you're possibly looking at, you know, maybe a fourth or a fifth before we see, you know, a proper buy round from Copenhagen Flames. And that could be a big problem for them, given a team like Endpoint, you know, four or five rounds already on the T side. You could struggle, especially when you're already down a map. And I mean, look at the odds over there at Pinnacle. Endpoint, they're just so heavily favored right now. 6.17 for the underdogs right now of Copenhagen Flames. Already down a map, of course, and now down one round on Endpoint's pick.
That is really surprising. I am very surprised that we have such a one-sided odds, considering that this is meant to be, statistically as well, Copenhagen Flames have the higher win rate when it comes to Inferno. They haven't played it nearly as many times, but we'll have to see, because Endpoint, with Mighty Max taking that opening, Mighty Max making it 2, Mighty Max making it 3, almost making it 4 as well. You know what, I take everything back, Sonic. Endpoint, they're looking insane right now. What on earth was that?
I mean, I know it's only against pistols, but still, it takes some amount of skill to hit that many headshots with the Deagle. Max, proving that he is worthy of the mighty in his name. And I mean, look at that. 1, there's 2, there's 3. I mean, and he was unlucky not to get Xiphon as well. You know, just spamming that 5-7, he took him down. 4-2. Now we see the guns out from Copenhagen Flames. No op on the CT side just yet, and 2 FAMASs could be a problem, but at least they have utility to, you know, fight for banana and take a little bit of map control away from the UK side.
Really strong position from them, and as Copenhagen Flames get ready for this follow-up, Nikados boosted up. Oh, does he have an angle on Crucial? He makes noise, though he shoots a bit too early, and Surreal, while hindered, isn't killed. And for Crucial, it looks like he might try and seek revenge on his teammate, as they have it. Nikados, he falls. He can't quite double down, though, as Roy's able to chime in. Roy, ooh, he's able to double down as well, though, when with that. Mezzy now, sat atop logs, trying to spam through that smoke, and as they do so, it's left down to Copenhagen Flames, who, in this 1 versus 3, have to rotate back into this engagement. Xiphon revealing himself, hit to 50 HP. Messi, that is a lightning fast shot. Able to finish off Xiphon, leaves us into the 3-on-3. Now, with low HP on Endpoint, they're in a tough spot. Utility will destroy them, but look at the utility of Copenhagen Flames, and the only bit of aggressive utility they have is that Molly, which is, I mean, it might be threatening to Surreal, but that's it. And for Endpoint, they've had time. They're able to dig in, and as they do so, Copenhagen Flames. That Molly, expended, doesn't even tickle the position of Endpoint. Mezzy are waiting for timing from his teammates there, as Hooksy is able to peek into them. That flash will be deployed to try and keep him back, but it whiffs in the process. Max is able to trade onto Roy, but he had all down to the remaining players of Hooksy and Jabby. And while Hooksy's good for 1, he's stacked in the process. Max, full HP, is just going to take the engagement. Jabby to full, Hooksy in the 1 versus 2. And with a bomb almost deployed and about to go off anyway, Hooksy finished off. Max, another insane performance from him so far, as he goes 12-4, and Endpoint go 5-2 up.
Yeah, I mean, 5-2, absolutely insane. As you can see, they're popping up on your screen. We'll take a moment to talk about Trustly. When speed is the name of the game, don't let your playing experience be disrupted by slow payments. You can choose Trustly to make your payments flow quickly from account to account. No cards, no app download, no registration. You can head over to make payments at pinnacle.com/odds. You can check it out. You can find the latest odds on this game, but always remember, sports should be done in a fun and safe environment, and only bet what you can afford to lose.
See what can be done here from the remaining members of Endpoint, and all things considered, with the ecoing coming from Copenhagen Flames, the reality is, what can be done from this side? And this engagement comes out. Copenhagen Flames. Let's play for timing here. It's a surprisingly slow start from Endpoint, all things considered here. And as the smokes go on to A, they're trying to lock that stack in place for now.
A lot of map control here for Endpoint, but we see Copenhagen Flames pushing into the apartments. Now, Endpoint are really on a timer here towards brackets. If Yabi wants to peek out, he won't do so just yet. It's in fact crucial that it's taken a little bit of damage. He's gathered some information, but we are going to see Endpoint now wrap towards B, where there is only Hooksy here to defend. He's on 42 HP. He only has a deagle. Surely this is going to be a round for Endpoint, but finds a kill. Now Endpoint need to find him. He goes down, and surely that's it. Surreal locking off. The rotates coming in, and I mean, it's all one-way traffic so far. Endpoint now only have to find Roy, who's last alive. He has a deagle. See if he can do any damage at all. Maybe recover a weapon, but the weapon's over on B. No chance of that. Endpoint well on their way to getting a sixth, and Surreal will confirm it.
Really, really strong round from Endpoint once again. Then at 6-2, what can really be done from Copenhagen Flames here? It looks like their buy rounds have the same degree of success as their ecos, and for Copenhagen Flames, I just can't help but think that they're in a fair bit of trouble at the moment, as Endpoint, bear in mind that Endpoint, a side that favours their CT side, and for Copenhagen Flames, they don't really have a preference, so this is only going to get harder for them as this game goes on. And for Endpoint, even if they go, 9-6 down, they'll be pretty happy with that. And Copenhagen Flames, that has to be a very eerie realization for them.
Lovely kill from Roger, though, using the gap in the smoke to his advantage. Takes down Thomas, but takes a lot of damage initially. Now, what Copenhagen Flames need to be careful of is this banana presence from Endpoint. Max swings out. He actually peeks without a flash there, which is surprisingly enough, but Nikolas has caught a nice timing onto Surreal. 2-man advantage gained. A lot of damage done to the CT side, but Endpoint, they're just in a difficult situation, especially with the position of Roy and the stack over towards B.
Get ready for his follow-up. Let's see what can be done from them. And Copenhagen Flames get ready for their follow-up. These flashes deployed over the top. As the attack comes through, Copenhagen Flames with a 4-man stack. It makes this very damn tough. Hooksy, he's good for 1. Zypher and Nikolas, they clean it up, and that's 3 for Copenhagen Flames. Endpoint sent straight back to the drawing board for that one at least, as we have a very tough position from Copenhagen Flames. So much so that as the engagement comes through here, if they're able to win it and they reset Endpoint, we see a complete equalizer. And from there, let's see what can be done from the members of Endpoint, who, if they allow this momentum to be left from them, they're actually going to be in a fair bit of trouble.
Yeah, they will be here, and well, I'm interested to see Crucial on the op here on the T side. It is kind of, it's a more difficult map to op on the T side. You don't really see too many people that are like well poised on it. We see maybe one that springs to mind is probably Oscar from Sinners. He loves opping on the T side on this map, but a lot of operators, they just they try and go for the rifle. They pick it up when they need to. Be interesting to see what impact Crucial can have in this round, but it looks like Endpoint are going to be waiting to try and get out of apartments, and Yabi being put under pressure already. Somehow gets away and actually finds that kill onto Thomas. Absolutely huge. He does go down. Copenhagen Flames don't need to get onto this site.
With the engagement coming through, Roy, he's good for yet one more. It falls into this 4-on-2 now. Crucial, good for one more. Crucial trying to peek out to the member set aside. Said it's Mezzy to chime in. Crucial there for Roy. And what looked like a tough round has instead got Endpoint sending Copenhagen Flames reeling. Hooksy in the 1v2. He's good for the first. Crucial, having retrieved the bomb. I think he'd lost it for a moment there. Is able to get the bomb plant, though, which means that for Hooksy, the rotation has to come through. And with a smoke, that may throw a spanner straight into Crucial's plan here. As he hard clears long, he turns his attention back to Waps, but in just the wrong moment, as he now tries to hard clear mid, waiting for the flank, but with no flank coming, Hooksy, the second he taps that bomb, the second he deploys that smoke, Crucial's going to be in a fair bit of danger. Here's the rotation, here's the movement of the player. As that smoke goes down, he holds the cross, he holds for the peak, and we've not seen him yet. That secondary smoke goes down, and for Crucial, he switches to B250. Through the smoke, does a bit of damage, goes for the knife swing, and as he continues doing so, Hooksy finishes the job. Does he have time? Oh, Jack, this is close. It's almost gone. There's just not enough, and for Endpoint, that'll be a 7-3 lead, but they are cutting it pretty damn fine.
Yeah, I mean, if you're an Endpoint fan, you're absolutely delighted with that. But if you're Copenhagen Flames, you are distraught. It was so, so close. It was only seconds away, milliseconds even, from being defused. But, I mean, have a look at that. Hooksy has 9 headshots out of a total of 9 kills. 100% headshot accuracy. This guy, he's been DMing. He's been doing this.
It is only 9 kills.
Yeah, I mean,
but it's still good. It's still good.
It's still pretty good. I mean, 100% Anton is pretty good. As we see, look at this aggression here from the CT side, trying to take matters into their own hands. Copenhagen Flames just want to take the fight to Endpoint, and it's worked out so far. But Endpoint look to go for a little bit of reaction as they fake a little bit of presence out towards brackets, and not a lot of info for the A players here.
As Zach comes through, Nikadol's, he sits and he hides for this engagement. While he goes off, Nikadol's good for the first, and as they get ready for the follow-up, Nikadol's misses the no-scope though, has to hide in the smoke. Hooksy's there to save him, at least for the time being. Crucial for the high ground, Crucial doubles down, tries to triple down actually, could do so with the B250, with Jabby still hiding in pits. His location, it seems suspected by the Endpoint members, but not quick enough though. Jabby, he's able to strike onto Crucial, leaving Surreal in the 1v1. Good for the first. For Roy. Can he get through the smoke in time? Crucial. Having fallen means that Surreal has to almost avenge his fallen brother here. As both members just tuck in, they lay in wait. Surreal almost daring Roy to peek into him, and for Roy, he just continues to hard clear these angles. Surreal, does he expect the cubby? Looks like he suspects Library, then the cubby. He does. He saw Roy there. That's the cue for the molly. That's the cue for the fight. And as Roy swings out, there's the kill for Surreal, winning the 1v2 and delivering Endpoint their 8th. Now securing a victory in the first half. Question now is to what extent?
Yeah, I mean, I was a little bit nervous in that one there for both parties, but as you can see popping up on your screen, we'll take a moment to talk about Trustly. And, well, when speed is the name of the game, choose Trustly to, make payments from account to account. There's no cards, no app download, no registration. If you want to try it out, you can head over to pinnacle.com/odds. You can find the latest odds on this game over there as well, and you can try and make some payments, but make sure to do so. Well, sports, it should be done in a safe and safe environment, and well, make sure to keep safe, and all of our terms and conditions will also apply.
Follow up now. Let's see what can be done from this side. That nade was close to Zyphon, and oh, it's perfect. Messi shuts him down, and that's a perfect spot from them now. Endpoint, 2 men up, turning their attention once again up to this position in mid. And the Copenhagen Flames, I mean, saving a weapon here would be great, and that may be their only objective, as they still have to battle it out to just try and scrape 4 rounds.
I mean, it's not looking good at all. Endpoint, they've really hit the ground running here. Copenhagen Flames, they really need to find something, find some kind of form here, because Endpoint are just going to steamroll over them. Copenhagen Flames, they rotate over towards the A side. That means the B is completely free, and well, Endpoint, they will be getting a bomb plant, and I honestly don't think we're going to see Copenhagen Flames now invest too heavily in the hunt. Nico does with that saved. AK will be just trying to hang on to it. Maybe a few exit frags, but I mean, saving this weapon, yes, it's all well and good, but I mean, you just need rounds at this point. You're going to be 9-3 down after this. You need to find something to get some momentum going, or you're going to be, you're going to lose this game. You're going to lose this best of 3. Of course, they're already a map down, and they're running out of time.
No, you're absolutely right. And for this side, it's a really, really shaky position from them. You need to remember, though, this is the Swiss stage. So losing this won't mean you're out of the Pinnacle Cup, but it would put you at a massive disadvantage. And with Crucial shutting down Nikados, Hooksy, he's able to trade, but Mezzi's there for the follow-up. And Endpoint, they're just trading so effectively that Copenhagen Flames, the fact that they've been able to save 1 AK is a nothing less than a miracle.
Yeah, and I really like, the way that it's not just, Messi had a really good game on map number 1, and well, oh, that is lovely there from Crucial. But, just a few highlights here. Surreal then coming down into that 1v1. But, I love the way it's not only Messi that has to perform all the time. You can see Max and Crucial, they're playing quite well now as well, picking it up. So it's not only, the Messi show. Endpoint are just looking like a complete team right now.
Let's see what can be done. And as that kind of brief moment was shown from either side, we look at the players of Copenhagen Flames, and they look surprisingly relaxed considering how far down they are. I'm actually very surprised by that, and it kind of sprouts the question, what do they have up their sleeve? As you need to remember, Endpoint, they are pretty even on what side they prefer. Slightly their T side, but in terms of the geometry of the map, it's always going to be a CT-oriented endeavor. For the Flames, going 9-3 down, this is an awful position, but they look so calm, it makes me think that they might have something. They might have something up their sleeves here, Jack. And I would love to see. I would love to see some surprise strat that just completely catches their point off guard.
Yeah, I mean, but there's no point in panicking as well, if you're down like this, it's only going to lead to bad things, and not panicking there, hitting the flick onto Max, won't get the kill, and Mighty Max now making his way forward. The flashes are good coming in from CT, damage being done. Zypher just trying to stay alive here, finds one with the nade, but Mezzi gets the trade, and well, now into a 4-on-4, Copenhagen Flames are going to have to commit to this retake. Bomb not down just yet though, and it's actually just going to be dropped for Thomas to plant, but Nico does as the smoke dissipates, finds a kill. Crucial at least finds the refrag, but this is just getting a little bit too close now for Endpoint. They're running out of utility. They need to get this bomb down shortly.
It's getting really dicey, isn't it? That nade lands right onto Messi. The nade stack's just perfect into the 2-on-3 now, when as Copenhagen Flames get ready to go up through Ruins. That flash goes off. Crucial, he's holding the swing. He sees the first member coming. It's Surreal for the first. Surreal, he knows the second's there, but Crucial's able to get the kill. They know where the final man is as well. Jabby, good for the first. Surreal taking the fight. Lizzie swings out. Surreal just able to shut him down. And bearing in mind, these teams, as someone mentioned in the chat, there are only 4 places separating them. The fact that Endpoint are this far ahead is really a reality check for Copenhagen Flames.
Yeah, I mean, it just goes to show, I mean, it doesn't really, you're looking at the top 30, you're looking at maybe even the top 40, top 50, these teams, they all deserve to be there, and they can all beat each other. It just goes to show the skill in every lineup, and sometimes the ranking, it just doesn't, kind of reflect that a little bit, especially in the tier 2 scene, as we see there. Crucial opening things up with a nice kill, and he thought about it a little bit. I would not like to see him go through that smoke. Instead, it's Surreal to go through, peeks off a flash of Max, and I mean, I didn't want to see the op go through it. The AK is fine, I suppose.
A really slow position from them. And this Crucial shuts down Hooksy. Let's see what Zyphon can do now in the 1 versus 5. Trying to just head down Banana when he can. Thomas is the man to engage with, and if someone swings out, instant kill. 11 for Endpoint, and I'm surprised we haven't seen many timeouts from Copenhagen Flames, to be honest with you, Jack.
Yeah, I'm really surprised about that myself, to be honest. Just break up the play a little bit, relax, try and relax, try and take your time. I think we've seen 1. It's a little bit surprising to me. Maybe they're already checked out. I don't know. I'm looking at this scoreline. I already think it's over. But if they can get a 4th, I mean 11-4, they do say it is the most dangerous scoreline in Counter-Strike. It is, like a 2-0 in football. You're not quite safe, but I mean, just the way that Endpoint are performing right now, it's very difficult to look past them, and it's very difficult to see a Copenhagen Flames comeback.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And as Hooksy deploys that util, keeps them back for the time being. There's a swing. Mighty Max, good for the first. Tries to leave them at arm's length, and instead, Roy, do apologise, for 2 when with Zyphon able to assist. Looks like Copenhagen Flames may have done what's required to make it 4, unless Surreal can ambush these 2 players on short, but timing doesn't really favour him here. As Jabby, I think he's just seen him as he hides under the hay bale. Surreal, he'll back off, and he'll join Thomas and Banana as they prepare to hit this beast site. Now for Zyphon, already on low HP, means that he is in danger of being quickly dispatched by a stray bullet. But for Roy, I think he's just pushing his face against the wall as well, so it becomes really hard to see him. And so much so, he isn't even peeking. He doesn't even want to fight. He wants Zyphon to take the point of contact and then to work from there. The bit of spam damage tickles him, but with 40 seconds left, Endpoint, they're just trying to bait Copenhagen Flames into making a mistake.
Yeah, and I mean, it doesn't really matter which bomb site that Endpoint go into. It's a 2v2. We see the smokes are going to be used now. Mid-site CT, and indeed just for coffins, but Roy is going to push past it rather. Spots out Surreal, finds the kill, knows Thomas should be in and around that area as well. 16 seconds. This one should be over and done with. And, well, you see the swing from Yabi from CT. There was no point in saving because, of course, the last round. But, oh, look at those odds in favour of Endpoint.
That's insane. You need to remember, though, as the banner appears on your screen, that the enablers, the people who have made this whole thing possible, is Trustly. So, Trustly, essentially, it's a way to make payments. Of course, with no cards, no download, no registration, it's so easy to use. Of course, when speed's the name of the game, you don't want anything to be kind of disrupted by these slow payments. So, go give them the love they deserve. And in fact, you can test Trustly at pinnacle.com/odds, where you'll find the latest in-play offerings for Endpoint versus Copenhagen Flames. And if you think Copenhagen Flames can come back, now's the time to do so. Because always remember that sports, though, they should be fun. So only play with what you can afford, and full terms and conditions do apply.
And here's that 11-4. That score that I'm talking about. Now, is it going to happen? That's the question. That's the question on my mind. I mean, it is a long way back for Copenhagen Flames, but, you know, it's one round at a time at this stage, and Surreal just trying to gather some information there towards second mid. We see the boost here from Hooksy, but doesn't really get too much done, doesn't find any kill. In fact, the first bit of damage lands onto Nico does, as Mighty Max is going to be soloing towards B, and there's a little bit of a bracket stack here from Endpoint.
For this side, Mighty Max is hiding on this angle. You see, it's the first member. Oh, almost flicked up the Zyphon there. If he'd hit that, I would have been in awe at Mighty Max. However, with no kill yet, let's see. He's able to follow up, and for Roy, top of apps, has that flash into mid. Crucial, swing on it, sees every single member, and instead, Jabby's the first to fall. There's the bomb. Crucial doubles down before they swing into the remaining members. Roy from the flank is good for 1 before Thomas shuts him down, leaving Zyphon in a 1v2. Having dinked down Mezzy, this is a very winnable circumstance for him, especially if he kills Mezzy like that, leaving Mighty Max not only without a kit, but without armor in this 1 versus 1. He goes to the flank, though, when it looks like he has the timing on this engagement with Zyphon. And for Zyphon, having not faced him at all, there's Mighty Max to get the kill. Endpoint to make it 12, and from here, it goes from almost bad to worse for these members of the Flames.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm actually just surprised that it went down into a 1v1 there, considering how dominant early on Endpoint were in that round. You know, they were winning the initial fights, and like you see here, Crucial, he drops the bomb out in the open. He even finds a second here, but the trade frags keep coming in. I thought when Zyphon got that kill through the smoke, it was going to be written in the stars for him, but Mighty Max, the IGL of this Endpoint lineup, has other ideas. And now we're going to see Roy on a little bit of a hero play. And, you know, I don't know if it's a hero that Copenhagen Flames need. To be honest, in my mind, it might be a minor miracle.
For these members, let's see what can be done as Crucial. Was that smoke with perfect timing? The game sense is there. Roy, he shuts him down, but with Thomas trading with the M4, it means that AK's taken out of circulation. Nikodol's, luckily, he's able to pick it up, but can Hooksy follow up? The flash means that Messi's able to fight for control in B, having got more control, more map presence away from the Flames. The Danish side looking fairly outclassed at the moment, as Nikodol's gets ready to leave this position. It's going to be a take to mid. The smoke means that Thomas can't quite stop them, at least for now. He spams a bit in mid. Still no kill, though, and instead, the 4-on-4 ends with a quick push-up short into the awaiting arms of Surreal. There's the first. He can't quite double up, though, as Nikodos chimes in. For Thomas, though, he continues holding. Nikodos shuts him down, though. Nikodos goes huge. As he punches in those numbers, we're going to see Copenhagen Flames set themselves up for a very, very comfortable 5th.
Don't count your chickens just yet, Peter. Mighty Max still in with a shout. And, well, has a smoke here. Needs to kind of get a move on, though, because he doesn't have a kit. He's going to be smoked off. Walks actually through it. Nico is just going to be hiding in. Finds him. It's into the 1v1. Spots out Yabi, but Yabi comes out on top. And, I mean, Max, you made it close there. It was down to the 1v1. Yabi just able to hold on. But, I mean, once I seen him get that first kill, the way that this game has been going, you know, it was very hard to look past that actually happening. I mean, just the way that not only Endpoint are playing, but the way that Max is playing. We said that he kind of needed to be the player to step up. He comes under a lot of pressure, or rather a lot of criticism, and, well, he's really shown his true colours and his class today in this best of 3.
You're absolutely right, and as we get ready for a engagement, Crucial at arm's length tries to wield this deagle to a lethal extent. As Mighty Max holds. So let's go flying. Here comes that attack, and as it comes in, Mighty Max just trying to hold them for now. Not quite able to do so, though. Instead, Frown Point. As they hide. Surreal. Trying to hold them back. Crucial to do the first bit of engagement. As he does so, he sees that flash coming in. He actually goes off and he hides. He shows his presence, and the smokes will keep him back, at least for now. Through that smoke, he can't get the kills. Endpoint get ready to kickstart their take into this defense. And for Thomas in pits, Jabby is going to be a hard kill to fight, especially with a 5-7 against an AK at range. Instead, there's the exit from Library any second now from Endpoint. 30 seconds left in Copenhagen Flames. They're running this clock down very low. Roy swings out. Mighty Max shuts him down. Here's the attack. Zyphon, he falls more importantly with the bomb. And for Jabby, he needs to hard clear it, but Crucial hits another headshot. You could call it a Crucial headshot, as now we're in a 2v2 with 15 seconds left. Crucial for one more. Crucial able to deliver with a 4K for him. And for Endpoint, that'll be 13. We look at these Pinnacle odds, and my God, they are one-sided.
I mean, what a round from Crucial. And I mean, yes, they are completely one-sided. Of course, those odds and, of course, this cup put on by Pinnacle, you can go ahead and you can check them out. They are running a promotion. When you bet €10 on Esports, you can get €10 back when you use code CUP21. You need to be a new customer, though. But remember that you should only be betting in a fun and safe environment and only bet what you can afford. Full terms and conditions do also apply. But if you put a bet on Endpoint at the beginning of the game, you know, you'd be feeling
pretty happy with it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you'd be feeling kind of good right about now.
They absolutely would be, and as these flashes and as these smokes are deployed onto B, these mollies go out, the first one lands, and Mezzi shuts down Zyphon. It goes into the 4-on-5, and as the engagement follows up there, it's down to Mighty Max, joined by Nikodos to try and chime in, and as Mezzi and Thomas continue, Endpoint, they make it 14. 14-5 for now, Copenhagen Flames. This is really do or die for them. Of course, as the banner appears on your screen, remember to go check out Trustly. Remember, no cards, no app download, no registration. It's just account to account. And of course, you can go use Trustly to place bets on these games. Remember that sports should only ever be fun, though, so only play with what you can afford. And to keep you safe, our terms and conditions do apply.
This is it, I think. You know, I'm looking at it now. This is really do or die for Copenhagen Flames. They go for another 4 spy. They've got upgraded pistols, little bits of util. It's going to be a set play out brackets, and Crucial might be caught off guard. Needs some support here. Drops a Molotov. Support is arriving. Only can get one kill. The nade from Thomas will do damage. Can't get much more though. Into a 3v3 as Surreal walks forward, and that's a lovely double. He spots out Hooksy as well. Swaps over to the USP, tapping him down to 22, down to 0, 15 to 5. Endpoint on map and series point. And what a dominating series it has been from the UK org.
Once again, we have a horrifically successful half by Endpoint, and you know, I kind of feel foolish at the start when we questioned why the odds were so in favour of Endpoint when they were like 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little bit shocked as well, because considering, you know, how close these teams are, you would think looking on paper, but I mean, it has been anything but close in this game.
No, you're right, and for Crucial, sees him cross, misses the first shot though as he continues to try and just leave him back for now when Messi holds this angle. He tries to follow up. Hasn't quite done so, though, and the flash gives him a chance to fight, but Nicholas with that kill means that for Copenhagen Flames, they're able to execute now as the attack comes in. Mighty Max, the IGL, can he go huge? Well, he's good for one, he backs off, good for two, turns back into the smoke, able to survive in the process as well, giving him an advantage for Endpoint, and the Nika does, as he continues to roam through that smoke. Bomb on the back of Jabby means it should be planted, but Crucial, he's going to try and cancel that plant the second it snaps. That nade goes down as through the smoke, bit of damage onto either member, but survival for either member. 4 on 3. Flashes and smokes into ruins. So we're going to try and keep them back and delay the assault. But as a retake, utility flies. The flashes go out. The set piece follows. And for these members, Nikinos fully blinded on Pillar. The attack comes in. He's seen in the process. Both members followed up. Thomas with the first. Jabby on a flank. Roy hiding in the smoke is going to try and cancel the diffuser. But as they do so, Jabby for the first. There's the trade through the smoke. Can they shut down Thomas? No, they can't. Thomas is able to deliver and is able to get that defuse at the last possible moment, bringing Endpoint their 16-5 victory against Copenhagen Flames. An insane performance from them there, and a really, really strong way to start their run in the Pinnacle Cup main Swiss stage. They go to the 1-0 bracket, where they're going to be playing against some very bloody good teams, to tell you that for sure. And for Copenhagen Flames, they're not out, Jack, are they? They're just in that lower bracket. They're going to be playing against the likes of 100 Pink Gods and Double Pony. For Endpoint, it'll be games against Lyngby Vikings and Skate. Definitely tough games for either side's ahead, and, well, it doesn't guarantee that either side will go through. It just means that they're in a little bit more comfort. What do you get from Endpoint, though?
Yeah, I mean, it was absolutely amazing there from Endpoint. I mean, just looking at it, I was so surprised. You know, 8 rounds on Vertigo, only 5 rounds on Inferno for Copenhagen Flames. That is just domination. And I mean, you know, I thought Copenhagen Flames might be out for a little bit of blood. I thought we were going to see Overpass, to be honest. That was the pre-game prediction. I didn't know what way the third map was going to go if we got there. But Endpoint, they really just took it by the horns today. And I mean, deserved winners. If there's no doubt in anyone's mind that they deserve to win that series. They were completely on another level today, and I mean, fair play to Copenhagen Flames. They tried their best, they put up a fight, but I mean, well done to Endpoint, and deservedly go 1-0 in the main Swiss.
Absolutely right. Couldn't have said it better myself. They are 1-0 in the main Swiss. They actually topped the main Swiss on round difference there, and understandably so. That's it all for today, though. We're going to go to a quick little break. When we return, we have got our kind of star matchup for today, which is Sinners versus A Go. Trust me, you do not want to miss that one. We'll be back soon. Don't go anywhere.